Hello everybody and welcome back to the Amalgam Estate. Alrighty. You know what time it is, and in this episode we are going to be getting ourselves some more good progress, at least ideally. So, here's what the plan is for today's episode. I want to get the Weald to rank 4. I want to get the Sunward Isles to rank 5. And if a boss or two show up, we're going to take them out. And hopefully, it isn't going to give us too much trouble. We might encounter the thing from the stars on our first mission. If we do, honestly, that's kind of ideal. I would like to get more of the thing trinkets. And then... not that we're ready for it, but we do have more spider quests to do. So, if we get the Weald to 4, Sunward Isles to 5, we do a boss, and the video's somewhat short, I'll go do the spider quest. And I think that's what we'll do in this episode. And so we arrive. So, there is something I want to bring up real quick. I am using the new sound settings from the previous episode. We're just gonna test it one more episode, see what happens. It sounds okay, right? Like, obviously when I'm really loud, it doesn't sound very good, but I feel like that's just all audio in general. So we're gonna try it one more episode, and then we either keep it or we ditch it. I don't know. Either way, we bring the Phantasma with the blue Lycoris, the shocking scale, and all of her abilities. We then bring Rani, the lunar princess, with the thing's phase-shifting hide, the thing's mesmerizing eye, and all of the spells you know and love. We then bring the magician with the Vanguard's badge, the source crystal, grasp of death, time acceleration, and neutralization with some changing tactics. And we finish off the team with the Exorcist, who has the blue lantern, the fortifying garlic, word of power, perdition, benediction, and proselytize. Oh, yeah, 90% of rooms. Yep, we're in the Weald. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go for neutralization on the nymph. Okay, he does get stunned. I'm going to... it's just Blazing Bulwark, why not? Mark ourselves, give ourselves some protection, and then we go for the kick. Now, I imagine these do about what I would expect. Negate, debuff, resist... move back. Moon Bequeaths has Armor Pen and then Carry and Charge. Interesting. Let's go Moon Bequeaths. Alright, well that worked out pretty well. So instead we're gonna go for... that takes out that no good slime. Okay, dead meat. That means we are gonna have to deal with the Eater. Okay, that might have hurt. I'm going to go for time acceleration just to give us a little bit of accuracy and some stagger resist. I'm going to go for quick strike. I almost wonder... that sprite just looks a little odd to me. Let's go for another word of power. That way no backup is able to be summoned. After all, there's already going to be one. Bonk. Okay, here comes said backup. Yes. Ow. Only 5 damage, that's fine. But the thing we do kind of have to remember is that we have very little healing. Swap to magic mode. Okay, now Frost Glint. Glint the target. And give them 100 accuracy. Minus 12% crit and minus 30% all skill chances. We can do Comet Strike, which guaranteed crits and also does more damage if they're stunned. Or Azurian Nova. Per glinted target, gains 60% more damage. Huh. So you're glinted now. Which seemingly means that you take more damage. Huh. I see. So Ronnie is very much a combo style character. Give her time to buff up before a boss fight, she'll take it out in one hit. So guaranteed crit, more damage versus stunned. So therefore, your 50% protection still means a lot. Okay, I don't know why I thought critting ignored protection. I could have sworn that was a thing, that critting ignores protection, but maybe I'm mistaken. Or is that just a black reliquary thing? Or am I just losing my mind? I don't know. See that? You know what? I'll say this. Okay. Maybe it does ignore protection. Maybe Ronnie just doesn't hit very hard. So that guaranteed hits. Uh-huh. Right. I am both understanding and not understanding at all how to play Ronnie. So, you're glinted. 2 damage? That's with 50% protection, but still. Alright, you know what? Maybe the gold skeletons were a bad example. You know what? I think this is more of a gold skeleton kind of deal, and not so much a Ranny kind of deal. I do like her spells, though. You know what? I have always been the kind of person... I don't know what it is. I really enjoy playing as mages in games. I mean, God, in XCOM, Sally was literally a mage build. Like, her whole thing was just like psionics, and that's it. So, I mean, if that doesn't say I like mages, I don't know what does. We're probably not going to find a secret room, so we're just going to throw away our key. And we'll get another one. So... Yeah, Ronnie does seem very combo-oriented. Like, for example, with Quick Strike, I imagine if she goes first, you go Quick Strike, immediately into Carry and Charge. Maybe, other than the fact that nobody's marked. Well, actually, you know what? Quick Strike into Moon Bequeaths, and then somebody marks, and then next turn you go for Carry and Charge, and then if the fight's still going, you do, you change to Magic, which allows you to do your other stuff. I think? If I'm understanding the combo correctly, then that should be how that works, but I don't know that. Either way, there is a combo to be had, and I feel like we do have a good team for it. But maybe we're just not using it to its full extent. You ignore guard, you have dodge, bypass stealth, and less damage taken. Oof. Okay, let's go ahead and go for a guard. Okay, nice and safe. Now we go for... Let's go Full Moon Slash. 13 damage. Ronnie is proud. Okay, now we're going to go for Time Acceleration. That way we take less stress, more accuracy. This moves us back. We don't get the extra attack because we didn't go first. Then, we mark the marker so that we can deal extra damage. Okay, a little bit of stress on us, that's fine. Mark Prey going down on Rani, that is also okay. We can't be crit, although I really feel like that would have been one. Go for a stun on Debogue. That way you're not able to summon any backup. Now we go for carry and charge. Holy Lance of the Moon. Let's see. I'm gonna go for a stress heal on ourself. Okay. Now we go for Quake. Okay, 4 for 3 bleed. Certainly not bad. There's potential here. There's potential here. We still gotta math it out. Certainly not perfect yet. Ow. But there is still potential here. I'm going to get away from you all. Okay, now this makes you guaranteed hit. But what if I kill you first? Yeah, seems good enough to me. You can't attack if you're dead. Okay, we swap around. I'm gonna go for another stress heal on ourselves. That allows us to go for Bell Ringer. Okay, you're now stunned. We're gonna go for a little bit of a heal on Ronnie, get rid of that march, and you die to bleed. Okay. By the way, we picked up the cicada shell. It seems okay. I'm not gonna say it's like amazing, but it seems okay. I think after we explore these 2 rooms, well, we don't have a key. After we explore these 2 rooms, I am gonna go for a camp because we can prevent nighttime ambush. Plus, we're all looking a little bit worse for wear. Okay, this being empty is actually perfect because it means we can explore, we can backtrack, and we don't have to be worried about anything. Okay. By the way, I'm keeping the torch below 50% just so our trinket gets a bit more value, not to mention we also get some more gold. And the downsides of having low torch aren't even that bad because we did get the torch upgrade, 75%. Well, it was our highest. Luckily, we do have anti-venom, so that's not going to do a whole lot of damage to us. Okay. Once we... hallway battle, please don't be a shambler. I know I can't be a shambler. That's only in pitch black, but still. Go for a stun on the Shriekling. Very good. Now, go for a guard. And kick. That's pretty good damage, considering it's kind of just like a do damage move. Like, it actually does quite a bit. Now, I am going to go into magic mode straight away. And then we go for Comet Strike. Okay, alright. There is serious potential here. It's not perfect, but there is real good potential here. I think as Ronnie gets levels, she's going to be doing some legit damage. Okay, Parasite reveals itself. We're just going to go for a stun on the Burb. It does end up landing, luckily for us. Bonk. Okay. Now, death. Don't summon another parasite. Don't you do it. Okay, well, you summon dead meat. That doesn't do anything. Good. Yeah, you better run. Alright, now that we're here, we go for the camp. And I think we're going to go up and to the left. I think that's going to be the best way to do this. Ah, glorious stress healing. I am going to go for Stygian Moon. Now we're all buffed up. Could do Reclaim. I actually think I'm going to. Then Fortify Ranks does seem really good. Exploratory Spell and Pertinacious Inquiry also seems like quite a good choice as well. Especially... Huh? Oh my god, I didn't use the prevent nighttime. You know how I said, oh, don't worry guys, we have a prevent nighttime ambush. Well, it doesn't matter if I don't use it. Oh my god. Well, let's all gain some stun resist and crit resist, shall we? Because we're in trouble. Blazing Bulwark, just to put us into position number 1. Then we go for the bonk. He's at half health. I'm gonna swap backwards and immediately start slinging spells, starting with Comet Strike. Guaranteed crit, maybe a stun. Okay, that's good. That prevents a lot of damage on us. Okay, Horde Shriek goes down. We do take a fair bit of stress. Tiny bit of damage reflection from the Phantasma. I remembered. You thought I had to check? No. Now we go for Proselytize! That way we're doing more damage. Okay. Roll it. Oh, we miss a 50-50. Well, that sucks. That sucks real bad. 15 damage kick. Oh my. Knee. 15 damage. Knee. Okay, I'm gonna go for a mark on the parasite. That way we're able to take him out somewhat easily. Let's go for Frost Glint. Okay, land a very, very nice crit. Yeah, it's a guaranteed hit. You're supposed to have reduced chance for that. I guess it's guaranteed, huh? Alright. Okay, you're stunned. You're no longer a threat to us, basically. This doesn't do any damage, but it makes me feel better. Let's do a stress heal on ourselves. And then we go for Bell Ringer. Don't summon another parasite. Don't do it. Oh my god. Ow. I don't like you very much. Okay, minimum roll, but that's fine. They're both lower health. I'm gonna swap. And then just go for regular damage. He lives with 1 health. And we immediately crit for 44 damage. Okay. Man, I wish I would have kept that Jade. This is the 3rd Jade since we got rid of our Jade. Urgh. You know what? We don't need bandage. Yeah, we don't need bandages. We don't even need anti-venom. We don't need it. We're gonna be fine. We don't need it. We are going to be A-okay. It's all part of the plan. They're just trying to psych us out so that we think we needed it, when in reality, we don't need it. See? What are they gonna do? Blight us? Doubt it. There is a chance that we just high roll and kill him. And we land max every single time. I wasn't even slightly worried about it. You really think I'm gonna low roll? Watch this. What I tell. Wow, that timing was actually crazy. I mean, of course it was all completely planned. You see? Wow, that's pretty good. I am gonna leave the gold because I was actually really worried that there was gonna be a secret room, and I was about to be so sad. But we are gonna leave the gold because there's a higher chance that we get Onyx rather than more gold. Now I know what you're saying to the screen, and don't worry, I hear you. We're not gonna do it. Oh, we didn't stun. That sucks. Okay, he's buffed up. Condemnation. Disbelieve and unbeliever. Well, tell you what, we're not first. But there's very real potential Yeah. Wouldn't you say? Dang it. We didn't land it.
Knight's Vow. You are safe under eye.
Okay, take out the missionary before any shenanigans are able to happen. The deadbolt's probably the scariest one, huh? Okay, not bad at all. We like those. Those are high rolls. I am gonna shuffle. Then we're not really able to hit the targets that I want. Let's do a stress heal. That moves us back. Not in range for Quake. Alright, well. Okay. You're marked. I am just gonna go for a regular heal just to try and bring us up to a somewhat reasonable amount. Wow, that low rolled. Okay, I shouldn't have opened my mouth. I shouldn't have opened my mouth.
Bleed, heretic.
So be it. 105, so it has a basically a half chance to stun. We take those. Okay. Now we go for a guard, which allows us to smack him into next week.
Bleed, heretic. Excise the menace.
Wow, 1 whole damage. That not intimidating at all. We missed the one person who's marked. Oh, by the way, hit the mic, sorry. Oh, I can't believe it. We missed the one person who was marked and would have taken more damage. Okay, you don't get to move it first. Then, stress heal. Uh-huh. And then, make the ground quake. Death. That is, I don't think anyone is gonna get that reference. Fine, maybe I did deserve that crit, but still not nice. Die. Only the levy left to go. Go for the stun. It has an 85% chance. It landed. Good. I was almost expecting it not to. Lovely. Okay. You gave us Citrine. Epic. I'm gonna go to this room. Then we're gonna go to the next room. And then, you know, we should be done. We're not done. We still have 1 more room to go. Alright, we got this. We got this. That could have been significantly worse. I was expecting a collector, I gotta be honest. Well, hear me out. All of them summon back up, so there really isn't a good target here. Die. Okay, I'm not too worried about you. More bleed resist really isn't that big of a deal. Absolute max roll. You love to see it. Okay. You're stunned, so big damage on the one in the back. I don't think they summon reinforcements turn 1. Chronic fatigue. Guaranteed kill regardless of the roll. What the heck does chronic? Minus 50% stress heal in Hamlet. Oh. Well, that's not a bother at all. We should have kept the gold. But we're done. Secret room? How the heck did we end up back here?
My mouse! I can't stop it!
Plus 15 dodge and 15% damage reflect. Oh, good. Well, if we are going to die, then we die fighting. Minus 30% chance that you do anything too bad for us. Go for a guard, and now go for the slam. 10 damage, not bad. Ow. The damage reflection kinda sucks. I do want to go for a proselytize, but no reason to go for it yet because it's immediately gonna go away because the Shambler's gonna do something like that. Minus 30% bleed chance. You still landed that bleed. Wowzers. Yeah. Stun, accuracy, less stress. Let's do it. Clap claw. Okay, good stuff. Oh, right. What's our buffs? I forgot that they all get buffs. Stun resist, blight resist. And you didn't get... No, you got plus 20 accuracy. That's yours. Okay. Well, move forward. Guard stays. You gotta go. Okay. Now we go for proselytize because that's gonna buff up her damage since she's already marked. There's basically 0 chance that we stun you, huh? Yeah, unfortunately. And this will do 3 whole damage. Yeah, that's not happening. Guaranteed crit. I wish I knew what her crit effect did. Undulating withdrawal, that is going to be a blight. You still are debuffed and you're still landing those. Yikes. Ouch! Where's the guard? Where is my guard? Okay. Apparently, I miscounted how long the guard was going to stick around. I thought the guard was still there. Oh my god. Whatever. 17 damage on the Shambler. That does use up our block, but that's fine. I'm just gonna go for a heal on ourselves. That way we're relatively healthy looking. Okay, a little bit of stress on us. That's fine. Clap a claw. Okay, you two are starting to get a little bit buffed up. Perhaps something to be worried about. Well, we can't stun you any other way, so hear me out. That gives you a round of stun, but it also gives you another round, which is fine. Then we get some blazing protection. That bumps up our damage. He's so close. He is so close. I'm gonna get rid of the mark now because we are in a little bit of a pickle. Okay, we do get a tiny bit shuffled, but that's fine. We can shuffle back, no problem. Clapper Claws now gotta go. Yeah, they've officially become a problem. Ow. Okay, it's only a 2 blight. That's fine. 105? Yeah, stun this one. Good stuff. Blazing... Yeah, Blazing Bulwark. Move ourselves all the way forward. Do we go for the kill? We won't get it. Best to get rid of all those buffs. You know, I genuinely thought that we had at least one more guard round on Ronnie. Otherwise, I would have refreshed it, but I really thought that we were good to go. I mean, you know, hey, that's my bad. There's a lot to keep track of, and I didn't properly keep track of the amount of turns that we had on the guard. But still feels pretty bad, though. We actually landed the stun. That's a real stun. And he's completely dead. Ow. Now we just have to get rid of this Clapperclaw before it does too much damage. Luckily, that wasn't too much damage. Yeah, just do your thing. Oh, we got the Ancestors map. It was worth it. Now, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. I don't like exchanging characters for trinkets, but for the Ancestors map, I'll make an exception. Plus, we'll probably get her back somewhat early as well. 8k gold and a ton of heirlooms. Also, the Exorcist is level 3, Magician's level 2, and the Phantasma is afraid of the Wield because she witnessed one of her friends die. Yeah, I probably would be too, honestly. I can't even blame her for that one. The Seeker! Welcome aboard. Did we get a Seeker in the previous episode? No, I don't believe we did. No. We didn't. The Seeker's brand new. I'm getting my classes confused here. Welcome aboard, Seeker. You... Armor piercing versus stunned, and it's self-heals. Oh, I like you already. Chain lightning. Kale will like you. I don't understand what that tooltip is telling to me. I barely understand that one. That gets rid of riposte. That's OP. That activates riposte. Okay. You seem insane at a glance. Let's see this. Trapper, that's good. Therapist, that seems okay. That's for the estranged, and that's for this. On attack, miss, 90% chance to gain a combat action. Hello? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Shame we can't afford it. Otherwise, I'd go for it. I really don't want to go after the hag. We've already lost one character in this episode. Can we not lose another one? I guess it's meant to be, because we're going after her anyway. Yes. Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, can't get enough of this place. It's like it keeps calling me back. And then we got a secret room, and now I'm like, well, yeah, I really want to be here. We bring Sean 1001 the Marauder with the Tanigashima, the bags of gold, pillage, concuss, plunder, and enrage. We then bring Inasuno, the shinobi, with the silver needle, the occult eye, ascending cut, shuriken toss, coup de grace, and shadow cloak. We then bring Katie, the heir, with the Cherugian's charm, the fortifying garlic bloom, divine communion, rose's embrace, and rose's offering just in case. That actually kind of rhymes, huh? Then we bring Paris Dennis, the wizard, because if anyone's gonna light the way, it's gonna be him, with his heavy boots and the Ancestors map. We also bring Fireball, lighting the way, armor combustion, and blazing embrace. So, it was a thought of mine, right? And also a comment I got on my very first Darkest Dungeon video. Well, not okay, very first on this channel, because Deepest Lore, there was one before this one. However, it was a family-owned channel, so yeah, no, that was kind of the end of that one. I believe it was my mom's, actually, so, you know, it's probably for the best, and I made my own channel after a little while. But I got a comment that was like, and this was during Mega Modded, and effectively the comment was, hey, you know, the series is good. I don't know about that nowadays, but, you know, I really wish that you didn't skip around as much. You know, half of it is like walking through the dungeons and everything. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I've kind of been doing that again, haven't I? Like, I've kind of been falling back into the trap of being like really skippy around with everything. So for this episode in particular, we're gonna tone it back, and as you have already been seeing, we're gonna be a lot more thorough with showing everything. Sure, that might make the series 10,000 episodes, but I mean, hey, In for a penny, in for a pound. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon this long. What's 18 more years? Unfortunately, we're not able to do damage, so I am just going to go for a group heal on Katie. After all, it does affect multiple people. And Fireball finishes out the Spider Menace. Okay, now we are absolutely going to get that secret room. You cannot stop me. Imagine just a random shambler shows up just right then. No rhyme, no reason, just a shambler. Mora's Head. 10% armor pierce, 10 accuracy, 20% stress taken. That seems real good. That seems real good. That's a real good head trinket. Also, we're really hungry, I guess. So, you know, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think? Have I been sort of falling back into that trap? Am I sort of skipping around a little bit too much? Now, granted, right, there are some dungeons where literally nothing happens. And in those cases, I think it's pretty fair to just cut it out. Also, Mercenary Grave Robber, we'll get to her in a second. But, you know, I feel like maybe I've been skipping around a little bit too much. Now, for some, again, I feel I'm justifiable when nothing is happening in the mission, or it's the spider dungeons, which take 20 years to complete. I feel like those are pretty, you know. But as far as, like, regular missions and stuff, I've kind of just been trying to streamline the exploration, but maybe I should show a little bit more. I don't know. Not in a bad way, but it has got me thinking, like, oh, am I skipping around again too much? You know, I don't want to fall back into old traps, so, you know, just something to think about. That being said, Inasuno is going to get stealth so that we get the bonus damage, which will offset our trinket. I'm gonna light the way. Give us a little bit of torch, a little bit more room to work with. Now, we enrage up and we're ready to go. Then we're also going to bloom. Oh yeah. Don't do it. Good, we both resist. Rapid rush. Also, 12% crit, 10% armor pierce. Rummage. Ow, you see through stealth because you're a husk. So what do? You bypass stealth. You deal more damage against blight. You have 8 dodge. You take less healing. And then this one is 12% crit. Bypass stealth again. 10% armor pierce. Wow. 55% damage, 12% crit. More health, doesn't matter. Minus damage received, minus crits received, and damage reflection. Well, at least you don't absorb buffs. Wow, and the Grave Robber just gets absolutely annihilated by Sean. 10-1. We also roll relatively low. I'm going to go for Blazing Embrace. Does a little bit of friendly fire damage, but we get a regen and a block for our trouble, which I was kind of expecting him to use. Cytokinesis. Move, debuff, resist, and you have a chance to steal buffs. Oh, good. Well, at least we get a crit heal for our trouble. Rapid Rush going down again, even if it landed, wouldn't matter. You have to go before you start spamming Cytokinesis. 7 damage being done to the big old blob. Well, greed above all. Look, if I can get myself some treasure, I'm gonna get myself some treasure. Everybody heals back up to full, mostly. Big slime. Trying to go for a stun. Luckily, it doesn't end up landing. Rapid Rush also gets dodged quite well. Our Aegis gets used up because of damage reflection. Well, bloom on Sean once again. Now, go for the stun. Yeah. If I had a giant club shot putted at me, I'd probably get stunned too. Doggo down. No more rabies for us. Stun is over, so we do need to take him out before anything else is done. Let's go ahead and heal everybody back up to full while we can. Fireball. Okay, please go down. Like right now. Coup de grace! 6 health. Oh, You debuffed him with less speed? Cool. Oh! We got another puzzling trapezohedron. That has to be so rare. What in the world? Also, I'll take those comet shards, please and thank you. And I'll take the portraits instead of the citrine. Thank you. Technically, we do lose trinket value for not taking the citrine. That is something to be a little bit aware of, but I also think it's going to be fine. Let's go ahead and make ourselves invisible once again, and then we're going to go for the shuriken toss next scene. When you get marked on Sean, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and bloom on Inasuno. The wind, or... oh my goodness. This does debuff you. You know what? Alright, well, the crit was unintentional, but... oh, okay, well, fine. Right back at us then, huh? That still did a lot of damage, despite the fact that we actually have, like, a bunch of armor. Coffin does not go down. I thought it dies after the first hit. Or is that after it riposts? I don't remember. Either way, ton of damage being done, and a little bit of blight. Sure, it might get healed back up, but the big thing is we got the damage. Okay, we shuffle around. I am going to use an anti-venom on that because that's a little bit too much damage. Fireball. Very effective against bugs, believe it or not. Okay, deafening buzz. You're dead next turn. In trying to deal damage to us, you have sealed your fate. Also, yeah, that was stunning. Also, it's just a chance that it might collapse. Oh my god. Okay. You gotta calm down with that damage. Struck by lightning. 3 over 3. Go for the single target heal because ouch. Then get a regen, which technically offsets the amount of healing that we're gonna get, but watch this. He's gonna hit the Aegis. What'd I tell you? 0 damage. And we get a crit heal. That's pretty good. Wow. And Inasuno was no longer willing to wait out that fight. I am gonna take both the Sapphire and the Ruby. Maybe we don't need the bandage. Oh, wait. I didn't even see the Eastern Sandals. Wait a minute. Yeah, we leave the Eastern Sandals. Yep. Absolutely leave those. Actually. Now we have onyxes. What do we leave for the onyxes? Technically, the comet shards are a good choice. But I'm gonna leave the key because we've already found the secret room. So just to put it in perspective, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's 25% armor pen and also +4 speed. Or no, it's 20% armor pen and +4 speed. And then 20% protection and 4% crit. I don't know. I'm doing my math on the fly, all right? Twisted Groove. I feel as though we've seen you before. Let's go ahead and just giga buff Sean up.
Slime, anyone?
Ouch. Okay, gonna go for a group heal just to make sure everyone's nice and healthy for the upcoming fight. I'm going to light the way. We land the debuff on absolutely everybody. Now, oh, the stealth lasts long enough. I'm gonna enrage, which does mean that we go first next turn. We're about to do some colossal damage.
Nature's Spear.
Okay. That's fine. Here it comes. Here it comes. Colossal damage. 16? That's not bad, considering he had 60% protection. We're going to go for a Shuriken Toss. It does a tiny bit of damage, which shreds his protection even further. It also gets us a little bit of a blight. You have to go before you start making clones. Okay, 3 for 3. Let's go ahead and shuffle backwards. Less protection down to 36%. Thorns. That was loud. Phantom Flowers. It's a buff, heal, question mark, and stress for us. Cool. Shame that coup de grace is much stronger. Gold! That's my gold. Try and shred his protection just a little bit. We get it down by half. I'm gonna go for a single target heal on Katie just so we're good to go. Blind strike. Okay, he's standing up now because he thinks he's cool. More of a heal on us. I want gold, but I also don't want you to do damage. Ooh. Okay. I was gonna say, man, these are some low rolls. And then Parish Dennis completely proved me wrong. I'm still gonna leave the citrine. I don't think the citrine is worth it, even with our trinkets buffing it up. What are we up against? What are we up against? Ugh. Hey. Vanquish the dark. Fame and fortune, and tools maintenance. See, now that I feel is a justified jump, right? Because other than one crit, basically nothing happened. We are gonna go for unfettered jealousy. I don't like you. I don't think you're working as hard as you should be. But yeah, like one fight, we got 2 unlucky crits back to back. And then we walked out of it like nothing happened. Like, I feel that right there, that's a justified cut. But, you know, I am, again, trying to backpedal and not fall into pitfalls. So, speaking of not falling into pitfalls, let's not die to the hag, as I'm very accustomed to doing. You know what? Hang on a minute. Coup de grace, Shadow Cloak, and Backbiter. Here we go. Of course. So, for one, she has a chance to absorb our buffs, which, boy, that sucks. And she also has 35 extra accuracy and 12% more crit. Oh, goody! Also, she took Inasuno, who was going to be our shuffler to allow Sean to actually do damage. 4 off, okay. Not the end of the world.
Seasoned to perfection.
Okay, we're taking a tiny bit of damage, that's fine. Inasuno is now free, only taking a tiny bit of damage. Let's do some damage. Okay, she didn't steal our buffs yet. Heal Inasuno, that way he's good to go. Let's go for Shadow Cloak, buff up Sean.
Into the pot. I hear you're quite the smart meat. Strike the pot, strike the pot! After we strike her.
Okay, so she's slowed down. That helps us a lot, because now we can actually free him without having to suffer too much damage. I am gonna buff up Inasuno. I don't like the stacking damage, but what are you gonna do? Taste the stew! Okay, that's fine. Tiny bit of a heal. 4. Big damage. Here it comes. Colossal damage. Next turn is when it's happening. Ow. There's that 12% more crit chance. Okay. Heal here. That also increases our speed, so ideally we go before she does. These are, not low rolls, but not great rolls either. Okay, we are very swiftly approaching death's door. Youch. Double youch. Luckily, we do have group healing, so I'm not too worried about this yet. We go for coup de grace! 8 damage being done, and she steals our buffs. Into the pot! Alright, Kitteh is now in the pot. Let's go ahead and move backward, shall we? Seasoned to perfection. She's slowly turning into Skeletor, but we'll just ignore that. Big damage. Either way, it shuffled us forward and it slowed her down. We are not doing enough damage. I rest my case. Kitteh is now on death's door. Okay. We buff up. If she takes this buff, we're in trouble. Into the pot! Alright, well, he's literally about to go straight to death's door because he only had 4 health. Hey, would you look at that? He's free. Okay, so this is where shuffling will really come in handy. Well, she took our buffs. Honestly, there really isn't too good of a choice here. Move Kitteh back so she can go for an AoE heal. Sean goes into the pot. Alright. We've got a turn or two.
At least that's some protein.
Ow. None of us are dead yet. I'm gonna do something risky. This puts us onto death's door, but it gives us a block, and we have a regen, so we won't die to any potential dots. Now, let's get Sean out of the pot. We also shuffle back into proper position. Okay. As long as it doesn't blight, that's all that matters right now. Group heal again. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, that's doing damage. Okay, we are a little bit more stressed out. That's fine. I feel like you went to 0 health very quickly, but hey, that's just me. Fireball. Are you in range for Backbiter? I don't think so. No, you're not. Below 30%, huh? Okay. Here's a plan. Just get her lower health. Basically a max roll. We like that. Kitteh is immediately going back into the pot. We don't like that. It did at least 1 damage. There goes our block. Alright, well, she's no longer in the pot. Okay, combustion. Shuffle forward. Man, the accuracy on that is not great. Though we are debuffed, so there is that. Still not in range to get a guaranteed hit. Let's shuffle to try and protect. Alright. Parish Dennis goes into the pot. I believe the regen does not come back when he gets out, I don't think. We go for a group heal here. Okay. Now, we can't go for Enrage, but we can get Parish Dennis out. Okay. Now we can shuffle again. You're still not in range. I'm gonna prepare ahead. Let's go ahead and stealth up now. That way we have the 50% more damage. Kitteh immediately gets put back into the pot. Okay. Now we go for Blazing Embrace. Try and give ourselves a little bit more protection here. Alright, Kitteh is out, which means she is going to be vulnerable to an AoE. Like that. Okay. I don't think we can backbite her from this position. No, we cannot. So we have to shuffle, unfortunately. I even tried to plan ahead with shuffling with this team, and it appears to have not worked. Oh. The fact that she's stealing our buffs and has 12% flat crit really sucks for us. It sucks so bad. Try and get some damage on her. We don't debuff her speed. You're in range. One more good hit. Two more good hits. Dang it. Okay. I think we can still do Backbiter, which means you're dead. Almost. We lost a damage bonus. You are... I feel like you're healing a little bit more now. Ah, yes, this is not ideal. Here I was thinking that I had planned ahead, too. How little did I know that I was dead wrong. But either way, we're done. That's now 2 characters we've lost in this episode. What did we get? All things considered, I will take 1 death against the Hag, because I don't think a boss has full party wiped me more than her. Claustrophobia, spasm of the entrails, and worries. Really sucks. We lost someone who's level 4, though, and it's a viewer character. The town! But who do we get back? We get a whole lot of no one. Painful. That's what it is. Painful. Yeah, I thought I had a pretty good shuffle party against the Hag, but apparently, no, I did not. The fact that she steals our buffs really, really hurt us. Like, I feel like if she rolled most other things, we probably would have been fine. She did not. Well, either way, that is a little bit more wheeled progress. Now, if we want to end this on a somewhat positive note, here's what we gotta do. We are gonna go to the Sunward Isles, and we're not gonna lose anybody. Isn't that right? We're not gonna lose anyone. I've got a bad feeling about this. But here we go. The Juggernaut! With the Pet Rock, the Heavy Boots, Sledgehammer Crag, Splitter, Bloodline of Desecrated Earth, and Stone Sunder. We then bring the Seeker, who I have no idea how to play, but we'll figure it out, with Mora's Head, the Fortifying Garlic, Siphon Strike, Chain Lightning, Gravity Well, and Warding Flare. We then bring the Falconer, who has the Ancestors Map, the Aria Box, Quick Shot, Crippling Shot, Eye Thief, Ravage, Fleeting Escape, Harrier, and Adapt, before we finish it off with the Bowman, who has Buffonata, the Fermented Herring, Change Arsenal, Sure Shot, Limb Snipe, and the Kill. Well, here we go. Okay, alright, we're starting off strong. Could have been a worse start. We don't really have to worry about riposts, so... Chain Lightning. Okay, so presumably you're jolted now, right? Jolt Maledict unavailable. Okay. So I'm led to believe that's how that works. Go ahead and mark the Meek Kasa Obaki. Get our shield nice and going, and then we dunk. Nice. Okay. Now, yeah. Bet the whip. Ah, well, all right. Bet the whip. Okay, that one doesn't end up landing. Luckily for us, you're stunned. Good stuff. Cephalocrustacean leap. By the way, I don't know if I brought this up, but I'm gonna bring it up again just in case. Apparently, Umbrella Man, it is not unnerving contract. It is unnerving contact. Because he's touching you with his tongue, which is contact. It's not a contract. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon how long, and I just barely learned that? Well, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you see a word, and you replace it with a different word. Or, in my case, you do it for quite some time. Max roll. Very, very nice. You die. Okay, only one more Hikey Crab left to go. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a riposte up and going. That way, 2 out of 4 targets are going to be quite good for us. Get a mark on him. That way, we're able to do a little bit more damage. We're not able to hit you, so let's just get you closer while also shuffling forward. Cephalocrustacean leap! Ow. Shame for us, we don't have any healing. So, you know, a little bit problematic. Just a little bit. If we're extraordinarily lucky, this upcoming room battle will be the only one. I doubt we will be quite so lucky, will we? Either way, here we go. Okay, we're still at 76 torch. I like that. Hey, I will take every bit of surprises that I can get. Let's get jolting going again. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take you out before you're able to do any sort of unnerving contact. Does it still mark in the other one? No. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our mark going. That way we can potentially just one-shot him next turn. The Aegis is made. Hiya. Okay, yeah, just 11 damage. Unfortunately, no stun, but that's fine. Yes. Okay, we do get bled. That's fine. Retaliating Rhythm goes down. But guess what? We have the most powerful ability you've ever seen. And it's called Ignore Riposte.
Oh, what a shame.
Kill shot! It's a kill shot!
Malik Thwack. Okay, he ends up missing. Futile Reach. Bonk. What? So that was jolting, huh? I can't click on anybody. There we go. So, on crit, minus 15% damage. Okay, that's really good. Jolt and Maledict attached to target monster, triggering on end of turn after that monster attacks. On trigger, 33, 67, or 100% chance to complete, increasing after every non-completing trigger. Okay, I see. So, when they attack, the first time, it has a 1 in 3 chance of going off, then it has a 2 in 3 chance of going off, and then it's guaranteed to go off if it hasn't. Okay. They're available at the start of battle or after Seeker takes an action while no monsters are jolted. Right. Cannon name Jake. I see. Well, let's go ahead and swap over. Get some bleed. See what I tell you. He's not going to die this turn, but he is going to go down very shortly. Absolutely colossal damage done by the Juggernaut. This is a guaranteed... What does this do? Armor piercing versus stunned. Well, good enough for me.
What if that was our only fight?
No. We're never quite so lucky, are we? 145%, good lord. It's probably because of the Ancestors map, plus our passive, I think, though. We are going to use a torch, just so we get a little bit more stress healing from all of our crits, provided that we get more. Let's light up our torch, more chance for scouting. Well, can't be the Sunward Isles without a random hallway battle, now can it? Oh, alright. Hey! Wow, the surprise chance. Okay. Warding Flare. Let's go ahead and just get that riposte up right now before they even have a chance to do anything else. You get marked so that we can take you down. Kill shot! It's a kill shot! Let's go ahead and get our second riposte up and running. We also get an extra turn, so we go for the... Actually... Yeah, AoE damage and a self-heal. That's what we like.
Tricks of a spirit.
Okay, you're debuffed. Cephalocrustacean leap. We don't get bled. Oh, we might get stunned. Yeah. All things considered, that turn could have gone significantly worse, so I think we take that. I am gonna swap. Yeah, let's try and debuff him. Okay, we do land the debuff. Good for us.
Cephalocrustacean leap.
Debuff him. Never mind. We don't lower his accuracy. He just naturally missed. I'm gonna go for Jolt. 33% chance. Here we go. Here we go. And he gets hit. Okay, it didn't go off, but now it's 66%. Okay, he's just about down. Let's debuff and shuffle him.
Behold the chains from beyond.
Oh my god, he lived with 1 health. Weight of an ogre. We end up dodging it, and it triggers. Huh. You know, this team has an awful lot of stun synergy, doesn't it? Unintentionally so, but synergy nonetheless. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like synergy. I have unintentionally been making teams that just work really well together in this episode. I've kind of just been putting people that need levels. Another surprise! Good lord! Okay, what is going on here? What is going on? Plus 10% chance for them to be surprised. Okay. Oh, Defiant, really? Let's see. That isn't surprise chance. Minus 10%. So, this is just like natural monster surprise chance because we have plus 10%, but then minus 10%. So this is literally just base odds, and we're like... Well, we do have the upgraded torch, which I'm not used to. You know what? I think we figured it out. I think it's more the upgraded torch than anything else. Surprisingly, I don't get the torch upgrade very often. You know what? Yeah. He survived with 1 health, but still, the idea's there. Let's go ahead and get our Aegis up and running once again and go for the stun. It doesn't land. Weight of an ogre coming down. Luckily the bowman dodges.
Grievous exposure. Unnerving
contact. Okay, I'm liking our odds so far. This has been pretty good. Let's get a riposte up. We don't have to worry about their riposts, so I'm not going to. Unnerving. Okay, can't riposte that, unfortunately. I am going to mark you. Okay, hopefully we can take him out. We get a little BM between our own people. Might of a Demon does hit, but it doesn't bleed. We get a debuff in return. I'm going to just go for Sledgehammer. And it works incredibly. Okay, fair enough. You're not in range for anything, so I'm gonna try and blight you. Okay, swap one more time. There it is. Blighted. Okay, 2 over 3. I mean, you know, not crazy, but it works. That's not an aggressive action, so unfortunately it's not going to trigger Jolt. But it does allow us to stack more bleed. He's not dead this turn, but that's fine. Try and go for a stun on the Oni. We get an extra turn. Death. And double death. Dang! Crit heal! And that's it. And we're done. Watch this. Watch this. We're done. It's gonna be a full clear, isn't it? It's gonna be a full clear. Well, good thing we actually do a pretty good amount of damage. And we do, on 2 of our characters, have a little bit of self-sustain, so there is that. Okay. Let's see. Use a key. I have too many of these. I do want to keep the blood, though, and my reasoning for that is Hydrox does have the curse. So we do need at least a tiny bit of blood. This is a trap, so let's just go for the complete guarantee. We don't have to worry about camping, so I'm thinking we might use a little bit of food here. Oh my god, of course it's a full clear. Alright, let's just go for a full health heal. We have 3 food, which is how much we need for hunger checks, so unless we get really unlucky and get 2 hunger checks, we should be fine. Okay, we are buffed up. Another surprise! Oh, dude, the torch buff is crazy. I am gonna debuff the Hikey Crab, though. And then I'm gonna
Mark you.
You're going down without any sort of fight.
Vicious assault. Blah.
Hey! Who would have guessed? The garlic has actually had some, like, insane usage in this dungeon. That being said,
You know what else is gonna get a lot of usage? My hammer! Heed my call.
okay, I bounce. I bounce him.
Cephalocrustacean leap!
Ow. Ah, no bleed. Well, this sucks no matter what I do. Unless we get a dodge, yeah. Yeah, the dodge helps. You know, you know what that genuinely looked like? It looked like Mr. Turtle jumped at us, and she just hammers him straight back down to the ground. That looks perfect. Luckily we do end up dodging, and we get a 12 hit, followed by a crit, into another hit. Not bad at all. Now, this time, for real, we're done. I'll take that to sell it. Yippee! Don't be a secret room. Okay, cool. At least it wasn't too long, but yeah, full clearing. I feel like it's more common than it's not. But what did we get? We end up with a colossal 6k gold for, honestly, a pretty short dungeon. Level 2, level 1, level 3, level 2. Dipsomania. Sneaky. Okay. Dipsomania. An amateur weaponsmith. +1 flat damage is pretty good. Yippee, Lilith! We've already had Lilith for some time now. Anybody new or that we can revive? Absolutely not. Well, all things considered, losing one to the hag is expected. Losing one to a shambler, also debatably expected. So, see, you know what sucks? For the shambler fight, I'm like 90% sure I could have probably played it better. I think I was a little bit too defensive in the fight, and I should have been more aggressive. I think that's where it went wrong. That being said, though, we do unlock another boss, and it's the Vengeful Spirit. Also for the Bowman, 10% crit versus Yokai, Unholy Eldritch Bloodsuckers, -10% crits received, -10% stress, -15% damage to humans and beasts. Cool. But, with that, I believe that's gonna do it for this episode of the Amalgam Estate. All things considered, we did do the goal that I set out to do in this episode, and what I think we're gonna do in the next one is we're gonna go to the hamlet, clear out the rats once again, and we're also going to go and deal with even more of the spiders, because despite it all, we're still not done with the spiders. By the way, just for a level checkup, we have a lot of level 5s. I want to say a majority of the estate is sitting at level 4 and 3, which, considering we've been teetering around 70 characters, is not bad. Everyone being around level 4 and 3 is not bad. And then I'd say an equal amount of level, below level 3 and level 5. I'd say there's like about the same for those. But yeah, I think we've been splitting our attention pretty well. It feels like the Bowman is just not leveling up though. I don't know what's going on with him, but either way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.